On February 28, 2025, a wave of activism swept across the United States, urging consumers to participate in the economic blackout boycott. Organized by the People's Union USA, founded by John Schwartz, the boycott aimed to challenge corporate influence and champion local businesses. The call to action was clear: a 24-hour freeze on spending at major retailers, online platforms, fast food chains, and petrol stations. Instead, participants were encouraged to redirect their purchasing power towards local small businesses. As the day unfolded, a palpable sense of uncertainty hung in the air. Would consumers heed the call and abstain from their usual shopping habits? Would major corporations feel the pinch of reduced sales? The answers, as with most boycotts, were far from clear-cut, with a mixed bag of results and contributing factors painting a complex picture. This day of protest, however symbolic, has ignited a debate about the efficacy of boycotts in the digital age. Was it a resounding success, a dismal failure, or something in between? To truly understand the impact of the economic blackout boycott, we need to delve into the data, the context, and the expert opinions that shaped the narrative of this unprecedented event. The economic blackout boycott's impact on major retailers was far from uniform, with some experiencing minor setbacks while others seemingly remained unscathed. Amazon, the e-commerce behemoth, reported a 1% increase in sales compared to the average of the previous 8 Fridays. However, a closer look reveals a 4.6% dip in web traffic and a 1.7% decrease in app traffic, suggesting a potential shift in consumer behavior. Target, on the other hand, felt a more noticeable impact. In-store traffic plummeted by 9.5% year-over-year and 10.7% compared to the previous 5 Fridays. Web traffic dwindled by 1% and app traffic took a significant hit, declining by 10.9%. These figures, coupled with a 4.1% drop compared to the year-to-date daily average, contributed to Target's soft February sales, ultimately leading to a 0.8% decline in full-year revenue compared to 2023. Walmart, the retail giant known for its vast network of physical stores, presented a mixed bag of results. While in-store traffic decreased by 6.3% year-over-year and 2.5% compared to the previous 5 Fridays, it surprisingly increased by 7.2% compared to the year-to-date daily average. This unexpected surge suggests that factors beyond the boycott may have been at play. Starbucks, the ubiquitous coffeehouse chain, witnessed a 3.2% year-over-year decline in foot traffic. However, it enjoyed a 1.8% increase compared to the previous 5 Fridays and a significant 15.5% surge compared to the year-to-date daily average. These figures suggest that the boycott's impact on Starbucks was minimal, with other factors potentially influencing consumer behavior. While the economic blackout boycott undoubtedly played a role in shaping consumer behavior on February 28, 2025, it's crucial to acknowledge the web of other factors that contributed to the fluctuations in sales and foot traffic. Economic uncertainty, fueled by ongoing trade tensions and tariffs, had dampened consumer confidence in the months leading up to the boycott. The post-holiday spending hangover, a predictable phenomenon as consumers tighten their belts after the festive season, also likely contributed to the dip in retail activity. Furthermore, unseasonably cold weather across many parts of the United States may have deterred shoppers from venturing out, further complicating the analysis of the boycott's impact. Target in particular cited both the cold weather and declining consumer confidence as contributing factors to its soft February sales. This confluence of events underscores the challenge in isolating the boycott's impact from the broader economic and seasonal trends affecting consumer behavior. In essence, the economic blackout boycott unfolded against a backdrop of pre-existing economic anxieties and seasonal influences. Disentangling the boycott's impact from these external factors requires a nuanced understanding of the broader economic climate and consumer sentiment. In the digital age, social media platforms have become powerful tools for amplifying calls to action, and the economic blackout boycott was no exception. The boycott's message reverberated across platforms like X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, reaching millions of users and igniting conversations about corporate influence, consumer power, and the importance of supporting local businesses. However, this digital landscape is not without its pitfalls. A USA Today investigation revealed the presence of 391 fake profiles on X, actively promoting the boycott and inflating its perceived reach. These profiles, often designed to mimic real users, disseminated information and engaged with genuine accounts, potentially influencing their perceptions and actions. The proliferation of fake profiles and the spread of disinformation on social media add another layer of complexity to the analysis of the boycott's impact. While it's difficult to quantify the precise influence of these inauthentic actors, their presence underscores the need for critical consumption of information online. The economic blackout boycott highlights both the potential and the pitfalls of social media as a tool for social change. While these platforms can amplify important messages and galvanize collective action, they can also be weaponized to spread misinformation and manipulate public opinion. Section 5. A ripple effect. Examining the broader landscape of boycotts. The economic blackout. Boycott did not emerge in a vacuum. It landed amidst a broader landscape of consumer activism, with various groups leveraging boycotts to express their discontent and advocate for change. One notable example is the 40-day boycott of Target, orchestrated by Reverend Jamal Bryant and supported by the African Methodist Episcopal Church's 2nd District, which commenced on March 5, 2025. This boycott stemmed from concerns over Target's rollback of diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. The #Latino Freeze movement, while not a full-fledged boycott, encouraged consumers to be more mindful of their spending habits and prioritize minority-owned businesses. This movement reflects a growing awareness of the power of the purse and a desire to support businesses that align with one's values. The People's Union USA, the driving force behind the economic blackout boycott, has signaled its intention to continue its campaign for corporate accountability with planned boycotts of Amazon from March 7th to 14th, Nestle from March 21st to 28th, and Walmart from April 7th to 14th, culminating in another one-day blackout on April 18th, 2025. This wave of planned boycotts suggests a growing appetite for using consumer power to hold corporations accountable for their actions. The economic blackout boycott's legacy lies not only in its immediate impact, but also in its contribution to a broader conversation about corporate responsibility and the role of consumer activism in shaping a more just and equitable society. Whether these boycotts will achieve their desired outcomes remains to be seen, but they underscore the evolving relationship between consumers and corporations in the 21st century. Section 6, a chorus of opinions. Experts weigh in on the boycott's impact. The economic blackout boycott has elicited a chorus of opinions from experts, with some questioning its efficacy while others acknowledge its potential to spark conversations about corporate accountability. Marshall Cohen, a retail analyst at Circana, noted that there was no clear indication of significant consumer retrenchment on the day of the boycott, suggesting that its impact may have been overstated. Anna Tuchman, a professor of sociology at Northwestern University, echoed this sentiment, positing that while the boycott may have caused a short-term dent in sales, it was unlikely to sustain long-term decreases. She argued that boycotts often struggle to maintain momentum and can fizzle out as consumers revert to their habitual shopping patterns. Braden King, another sociologist at Northwestern University, offered a different perspective, suggesting that while boycotts may not always translate into significant shifts in consumer behavior, they can have long-term reputational consequences for targeted companies. He argued that boycotts can tarnish brand image and erode consumer trust, potentially leading to long-term financial repercussions. The divergent opinions among experts underscore the complexity of assessing the impact of boycotts in the digital age. While some remain skeptical of their ability to effect meaningful change, others acknowledge their potential to raise awareness, spark conversations, and influence corporate behavior in the long run. Section 7, Echoes of the Past. Examining the historical context of consumer activism. The economic blackout boycott stands as the latest chapter in a long and storied history of consumer activism. Dating back to the Boston Tea Party of 1773, throughout history, boycotts have served as a powerful tool for marginalized groups to voice their grievances, challenge injustice, and advocate for social change. The Montgomery bus boycott, sparked by Rosa Parks' refusal to give up her seat on a segregated bus in 1955, stands as a testament to the power of collective action. The boycott, which lasted for over a year, crippled the city's bus system and ultimately led to the desegregation of public transportation in Montgomery, Alabama. In the 1980s, the campaign against apartheid in South Africa gained momentum as consumers around the world boycotted products from companies doing business with the apartheid regime. The boycott, coupled with other forms of international pressure, contributed to the dismantling of apartheid and the establishment of a democratic South Africa in 1994. However, the historical record of boycotts is not without its failures and unintended consequences. Some boycotts have backfired, leading to increased sales for targeted companies as supporters rally behind them. Others have struggled to maintain momentum, fizzling out as consumers grow weary or succumb to the convenience of their usual shopping habits. Section 8. The verdict. Did the economic blackout live up to its name? The economic blackout boycott of February 28, 2025 was a day of protest, reflection, and a degree of uncertainty. Did it achieve its stated objectives of challenging corporate influence and boosting local businesses? The answer, much like the data itself, is far from black and white. While some major retailers, such as Target, experienced noticeable dips in sales and foot traffic, others, like Amazon and Walmart, saw mixed results that suggest the influence of external factors. The boycott undoubtedly raised awareness of the issues at hand, sparking conversations online and in households across the country. However, its long-term impact on consumer behavior and corporate accountability remains to be seen. The proliferation of fake profiles on social media, while concerning, also highlights the boycott's reach and the potential of digital platforms to amplify calls to action. The economic blackout boycott, despite its mixed results, has ignited a debate about the efficacy of boycotts in the 21st century and the role of consumer activism in shaping a more just and equitable society. The economic blackout boycott, rather than a definitive victory or defeat, serves as a reminder of the complexities of consumer activism in the digital age. It underscores the need for nuanced analysis, critical consumption of information, and ongoing efforts to hold corporations accountable for their actions. Section 9. Looking ahead. The unfolding story of the economic blackout boycott. As the dust settles on the economic blackout boycott, its legacy continues to unfold. The People's Union, USA's planned boycotts of other major corporations suggest that the fight for corporate accountability is far from over. The long-term impact of the February 28th boycott, both on targeted companies and on consumer behavior, will continue to be a subject of analysis and debate in the weeks and months to come. Will these boycotts lead to tangible changes in corporate policies, or will they fade into obscurity, remembered as a fleeting moment of consumer activism? Only time will tell. However, the economic blackout boycott has undoubtedly left its mark, sparking conversations about the power of the purse, the influence of social media, and the evolving relationship between consumers and corporations in the 21st century. As consumers, we have a choice to make. Will we continue to support companies whose practices we find unethical or unsustainable, or will we leverage our collective power to demand better? The economic blackout boycott, regardless of its ultimate impact, serves as a potent reminder that our choices matter and that we have a voice in shaping the marketplace and the world we want to live in.